Welcome to Autism ADHD TV. It is the place to be for parents and professionals. I'm your host, Holly Blanc Moses, the mom psychologist who gets it. We dive into all kinds of important information like behavior, social skills, and learning. All right, let's get started. Welcome, Ryan Lee.
Hey.
I'm so excited you joined us today.
Yeah,
So
me too.
I want to introduce you. Ryan Lee is an autistic advocate currently living in Georgia. He's a world-renowned speaker and a published author. And today he's joining us to talk about the 5 ways to take on 2021.
Yeah.
You ready, Ryan?
I'm ready.
All right, let's jump into it. What do you say for number 1?
Like for number 1, like we plan ahead, because planning ahead, you feel less overwhelmed. I mean, still, with 2021, we don't know what it's going to bring. I mean, even if 2020 is over, we're still not out of the woods yet with this COVID-19, but even with this, it's still bound to bring some new challenges, but still, I encourage everyone to keep living because we only get one life to live, Just make the best of everything. Try to talk to your friends more. Even if it looks a little different than we thought, we planned ahead. Let's just roll with the punches,
I like that. And I like that you said, being creative in the way that you're reaching out to your supports. And Ryan, I don't know if you've done this yet, and I've just sort of dived into it not long ago, but have you heard of Marco Polo?
That's a game I used to play on a swim team.
You're right, it is. And there's also a communication app now where you can jump on and say hi to your friends, and you don't have to kind of leave a, message or what, but it's a video message and they can check it whenever they have time.
Yeah, Marco Polo is an app.
It is an app. You should definitely check it out.
Yeah, I don't know if most of my friends heard it, but I'll look into it.
Yeah, and so I love that you said that because it's different and we don't know what this year is going to bring, and 2020 wasn't so easy.
No, it wasn't. With COVID, like a lot of disasters happening, still we just have to try and roll with the punches,
Yeah, absolutely. Because it could get really, it's easy to get stuck in everything that's happening and, really feeling overwhelmed with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you say for number 2?
Like embrace who you are. Like still people see us up. I mean, flaws and all, you are who you are, and we can't deny ourselves. I mean, we can't ignore the parts of ourselves we don't like, especially the parts we're afraid of. We got to own them. And we have our qualities that make us unique. It's who we are and what makes us special. If some people don't take the time to get to know you or appreciate the real you, it's their loss. I mean, I still have the situation like last year when in this group where like I was just trying to be myself, but they saw me as too overwhelming or whatever. And some thought I was too intimidating, and I kept hearing from someone else and not them. The thing is, like, you can't be someone's friend and try to prove yourself to them at the same time. That's not how it works.
Right, and I love that you said that, is being authentically you.
Yes.
And what would it be like? I mean, what do you think about this? To be really loving to yourself.
Yeah, just keep trying to be yourself. Like, even if you have flaws, get a little too competitive, like during video games or whatever, that shouldn't stop you from being yourself. That doesn't automatically make you a bad person. Like, if someone isn't willing to dig deeper to get to know you, they aren't worth stressing over,
Right. And, it's interesting. It's a very different way of looking at it, because I think sometimes it can be if you feel rejected by, someone, it hurts, right? But you have to kind of experience that and feel that, but also love yourself to know that maybe that person isn't a match for you. Not that they're bad or you're bad, they're just not a match for you.
Yeah, still, if they don't appreciate you, it's their loss.
Right. I love that. So really embracing yourself, getting to know yourself, loving on yourself. I think that's a great part of your tips today.
Yeah, I know. No matter who you are, there are positive things about you. Like, write a list of things you have to offer. And I know I have a lot to offer. And they won't be things that everyone will value, but that doesn't matter. They just have to be things you like about yourself. And not everyone has found out how to appreciate you yet. And maybe they won't, but that shouldn't stop you from trying.
I love that. And what are some things that you appreciate about yourself?
I mean that I love my sense of humor, even if it doesn't seem like the best. I love video games and I get very competitive. I love making the time for my friends, and I love getting to know new people, even if it doesn't seem easy.
I
And I
love
love
that.
getting to know your son Christopher. I mean, I think he's a really cool kid, but I think he really needs someone that'll understand him.
I totally agree. And Ryan, my family personally, we have been so incredibly thankful for you because I am not autistic. I don't know what it's like to have that experience. And all I can do is come to the table as, a mom and a psychologist. But I only have that experience. I don't have the experience of being on the spectrum. And we have been, again, so grateful for your help with our son because it's incredibly important for kids to have autistic mentors. I strongly believe that.
Mhm.
So again, thank you. Thank you so much for all of your help.
No problem.
So what do you think about number 3?
Like, lean on friends and family. I still say cherish the friends and family you have in your life because, and well, mostly I was talking about friendships because, like, I love spending time with my friends because you never know how valuable they are until you lose them. And true friends are those who will always be there and raise you up. But the thing is, sometimes even when you're not in high school, sometimes they drift apart, but you still keep trying to keep the friendship alive. And I felt that way lately because I feel like I'm always doing all the work to keep the friendship alive. And there's this friend of mine who I'm not going to name, who I just try to make time for with. He said things like that he loves my advocacy and he tries to best keep up. And he said these exact words. He said, "However, Ryan, I can't be the same friend today as I was in high school. That was a long time ago, and we're now at different points in our adult lives. It may be hard for you to understand, but it's something you need to accept. I really do care about our friendship, but the truth is, I can't give you the attention you desire. That's not to say we can't hang out from time to time, but I need boundaries. I'm sorry." And I know I should understand, but that really kind of made me feel bad because some people don't understand that time doesn't have a price on it. You can't buy it. And you have to make the best of it because once it's gone, you can't get it back.
Yeah, and I think, like you were saying, spending time with the people that you value. And it sounds like you value that person, but you're in kind of two different places right now.
Yeah,
So
I know we're at different points in our lives. Yes, I get that. But still, he has to understand that we only get one life to live. And I know he said that doesn't mean we can't hang out from time to time. But still, like, once time is gone, it's gone for good.
So I hear what you're saying is that really understanding that you don't know, it's not infinite this time, right? So the time that we have, we really want to use the best that we can. And for you, it sounds like friendship is a big priority.
Yeah, it is. Friendship is a big part of it because I value it. Because I've drifted apart with a few friends, and it hurts because and there are a few I've reached out to that are off the radar, but obviously they don't use their social media much anymore. I even tried calling a few classmates, like for our 10-year reunion, like online, but some are pretty hard to reach. Like here and there, I even enlisted help from other classmates, but some just fall off the radar because they don't want to be found or don't want to be known for some reason.
I have found that after the pandemic, that people are in general, I don't want to say everyone, but people in general are pulling back socially. And I think that's compounding, feelings of sadness and loneliness. And it's been, I think, hard on a lot of people.
Yeah, I get that, but it shouldn't be just about the pandemic. Okay,
Yeah,
there's there are other reasons that factor as well.
yeah, you're right. You're right. And I'm sorry that's happening for you. That must be pretty frustrating.
It is.
Okay.
Because I work so hard to keep friends with light. I work hard to make time for my friends.
Right.
Yeah, I just wish they put in the effort back because it gets really exhausting when you're the one putting in the most effort.
Yeah, and if you feel like you're continuing to put in most effort, yeah, that would be, well, exhausting and I would imagine pretty frustrating.
Yeah, it is. It's like I said, we need to make the best of the time we have. I mean, we only get one life to live on this earth, and so, when people life is short, and we know that better than anyone. I mean, one when before you expect it, it can be gone just like that.
It's true. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, it
Um,
can be gone in a snap, and you don't even expect it.
yeah, and I like the idea of, like you were saying, kind of understanding time and really spending time and reaching out to those people that, are friends to you. And whether that is even I know everyone's busy, but even if that's putting it on the schedule, like every other day, send someone a message or text a friend, something like that, because it's not only gonna, connect you with that person, but also make that your friend feel good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, what is your next tip?
My next tip is we all can make a difference. I mean, I think every individual on the spectrum, has different they can contribute. It's like when I said in my third article a while ago. You see, I think it was something to do about the good doctor. You watched the show, right?
I have not seen that show, but I want to. What do you think about it?
I think it's really good.
Yeah?
So people outside, even though the actor who plays the main character isn't really on the spectrum, you know, show's really nice. I mean, the thing is, like I said, we all can make a difference because it doesn't matter if you're nonverbal or socially awkward or struggling in areas. Like we all have special gifts inside of us that we can share, and I'm still trying to find it myself. And I said in my third article that those autistics with savant syndrome, they attract the most media attention of because they're amazing gifts of analyzing and calculating, you know, and they get the stereotype now that autistics are geniuses with extraordinary social talents, but not every autistic is built that way.
You're right. And I believe the last data that I've seen, it's actually like 1%. So that would be a very small amount of people.
Yeah, savant syndrome is pretty rare.
That's right. Definitely.
And I try to get the point across that you don't have to be a genius or have a special talent to contribute to society. Eddie, we all have something we have to offer, how we can contribute. You just have to find out what it is. And I'm still trying to figure out what I can do in the process while advocating.
Well, Ryan, I have to say that I know you're still working, and we all are. We're trying to figure out how we can give back. But you have been incredibly generous with your time and advocating.
Yes. And I'm sure Chris has something he can contribute to society. I'm sure he's just trying to figure it out too.
He is. And, I think that he's also going to be an amazing advocate. And I know he looks up to you quite a bit for that as well.
Yeah, and I am proud of that. And I'm going to still try and be there for him.
I know. And I appreciate that so much. Okay. What is your next tip?
Yeah, this is the last tip. Like, we pay it forward. Like, I know I'm about like positivity and helping others find their paths. I mean, I'm still trying to figure out my path and improve my own ways. Like, I still have areas I need to improve on, like trying not to get so upset or whatever when someone's not listening. But I can still try to help others improve. Like, I'm trying to help Chris. Like, because I know he struggles in different ways, like from what you told me, like with the friends and whatever. But I just want him. He needs to know that he's not alone.
I love that. And, I think, and that's why, it's so important that, again, that we, like you said, pay it forward. And I think that is a really good last tip. It's like, what can you do to support other people? What does that look like for you? Even if it feels like it's not huge, like you do, write articles and speak a lot. Maybe it looks something else. Maybe it looks like mentoring someone. Maybe it looks like reaching out to a family who has a child on the spectrum and saying, what can I do? How can I help support your child? Whatever that looks like, there's always a way to be able to help, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great one. A great one to end on. That's like perfect. I love that. So maybe you, Ryan, you and I can challenge those who are listening and watching today is, how are you going to pay it forward?
Yeah, let's challenge that.
I love that. Okay, so maybe what happens, let's say those of you who, again, are listening and watching, let Ryan and I know. Go ahead and comment on this, share it. Let us know how you plan to pay it forward this year. I love that.
Yeah, you can also reach out to me on my website, ryansheart.wordpress.com. Like,
Yes.
it has my socials, all my socials on it.
Tons of great information on there. And what I'll do, Ryan, is go ahead and put that in the show notes to make sure that people know exactly how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, it also has my email on it too.
Yes, perfect. I that would be so helpful. And I know a lot of people are going to appreciate it because you have so much great information. You're doing such great advocacy work. We really do appreciate your time coming on and talking to us in this episode.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Okay, thanks so much, Ryan. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you, Holly.
Bye-bye. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any future episodes. If you like this episode, please share it with someone. It may just be what they need to watch today. If you're a parent, I'd love if you came on over and joined our Facebook group, Autism ADHD Group for Parents. If you're a therapist or educator, come on over to our group, Autism ADHD Group for Therapists and Educators. You're going to find those links right down there in the notes. Thanks so much, and I can't wait to see you in the next episode.
All content provided is protected under applicable copyright, patent, trademark, and other proprietary rights. All content is provided for informational and educational purposes only. No content is intended to be a substitute for professional medical or psychological diagnosis, advice, or treatment. Information provided does not create an agreement for service between Holly Blanc Moses, Crossvine Clinical Group, the interviewee, Holly Blanc Moses LLC, and the recipient. Consult your physician regarding the applicability of any opinions or recommendations with respect to your symptoms or medical condition or the symptoms or medical condition of your family member. Children or adults who show signs of dangerous behavior toward themselves and/or others should be placed immediately under the care of a qualified professional.